Hello, 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 and welcome to Rainbows Rising, where we ascend together. I'm your host, Rainbow Raaja, and this month I'm going to talk about an underrated tool of self-development and spiritual discovery: altered states of awareness. No, I'm not talking about going and dropping acid or brewing your own ayahuasca, though we will briefly talk about the herbal-induced states this month, as it's part of this month's theme. But I'm talking about the activities and practices that for hundreds of thousands of years have been used as a means to connect to spirit, traverse unseen realms, and heal the body. Just like many spiritual practices, there are so many paths to take to achieve the same result, but each path or practice has its own feel and its own use. I have decided to cover 10 different ways to tap into altered states of awareness to optimize connection to self, guides, and source. If I happen to miss any, please feel free to write or hit me up on my social media and let me know what ways you guys have reached your own altered states of awareness. Let's go ahead and start with the very first one, the most common known, which is breath work. It seems the easiest, but it can also be the most profound. Now, breath work, also known as pranic breathing, can create different sensory experiences through changing your breathing patterns. For example, in Reiki, a Japanese Tendai Buddhist practice, one of the fundamental elements of Reiki is to actually do a belly breath called hara breathing, which you can do by breathing deep into your belly or into your navel and expelling that life force through your body out into your environment, which creates an altered state that supports your body's homeostasis and wellness. And this supports the Reiki state. Of course, there are many other types of breath work like fire breath or Ujjayi breath or 4-4-5 or etc., etc., etc. Each pattern shifts your awareness in different ways. Or, to some of you, it may even shift your dimensional perception ever so slightly. Number 2. The second I'm sure everyone listening has experienced at some point, which is the state of flow. When you are in the zone or fully immersed in an activity, you sometimes find yourself getting lost in this flow state, a place that seems outside of time and space, where your art, your activities, or even mundane everyday activities can seem so effortless. This flow state is an altered state of awareness that our higher selves create. And this can happen during strenuous tasks, or even when you're weaving words into worlds. How many times have you gotten lost folding laundry, almost detached from the present moment, floating, drifting, dreaming? This is an altered state. Your subconscious is off retrieving solutions for the day's problems, or escaping them as the case may be. Then suddenly you look down and your basket is full of perfectly pressed shirts and origamied undies. Number 3, a popular Eastern practice for changing your state of awareness is chanting. This method has been around in Hindu, Buddhist, African, and even Gregorian cultures that date back thousands of years. Chanting is usually a monotone or simple melody, phrase, or repetition of words, and it spreads over so many cultures. You may have even heard some Gregorian chanting in Monty Python's Holy Grail, although that rendition was more for amusement than it was for a heightened spiritual perspective. Tibetan monks chant and use singing bowls to meditate. African chants are accompanied by incredibly lively dancing and percussion music. There are chants for goddesses like Kuan Yin. Om Mane Padme Om Mane Padme Om Mane Padme Om. Or for Ganesh, the god. Om Gam Gane Mane Pa Namaha. Om Gam Gane Mane Pa Namaha. I may have totally butchered those. I hope you guys don't kill me for that. There are chants to open and heal each chakra. Lam, root chakra. Vam, sacral chakra. Ram, solar plexus chakra. Yam, heart chakra. Hum, throat chakra. Om, third eye chakra. Crown chakra. Or Ang, as some do. There are chants that inspired rock and roll, like Hare Krishna by the Beatles. Obviously, that was from India and originated long before the Beatles made it a famous chant. There are chants of Chinese poetry or Zen Buddhist principles. You can even make your own chant of positive affirmations. Chanting tunes your body to the vibration of the frequency that you chant. Number 4. In the same category as chanting, we have singing, which also creates a change of mood, environment, state of mind. Sometimes singing even elicits strong healing, like when you find yourself crying, deeply resonating with the tone of the song. Singing can allow you to travel to other worlds or lifetimes, feel another's experience, and with singing comes the transformative power of music. Drumming, droning, strumming, ringing, each instrument holds its own medicine to transport you to your ancestors or to your past life on Neptune. It's the beat, the melody of your soul, tapping into the melody of the all. There are instruments that are well known for inducing altered states, such as shamanic instruments or instruments of Aboriginal cultures. These instruments mirror our connection to nature, the stars, and our hearts. The drum, the most well known. It's our own heartbeat, or the sound of our feet pounding across the earth in search of who knows what. The didgeridoo is an Australian and African instrument that imitates the sounds of birds, frogs, kangaroos, lions, reeds, and trees, vibrating deep through your ribs into your soul, calling you home. The jaw harp, an Aboriginal Siberian instrument that personifies travel across the plains on horseback, or flying through space in a whirl of technicolor light. The harp lifts your heart and brings you right to the doors of angels and crystal castles. Tibetan bowls take you within, to your aches, pains, to that tense neck, releasing each weight with the clear and perfect ring of a bell. And the flute. The flute coaxes you to soar above the world and settle deep within its natural embrace. As you can tell, music can have a profound effect on our state of being, even contemporary music, which is why it's important to be mindful of what you fill your mind full of. Dancing, much like music and singing, dancing and ecstatic dance can bring on elevated states or sensations, visions. An ecstatic dance is dancing intuitively to music without restraint. As much as we all love to dance at clubs or in our own bathroom, in the shower, this sort of dance requires wide open spaces. Ritualistic dances can be powerful practices, forcing oneself to experience a new expression of the same dance steps each time. This too falls under choreographed dancing. And some forms of exercise, especially aerobic, can also induce altered states of awareness, like when you're jogging and you zone out and kind of just end up at home suddenly. When pairing emotional connection and physical exertion, that yields the most powerful results. Number 6, traveling can literally help you shift dimensional realities. Whether you are driving, walking, or taking a pilgrimage, these intuitive moments where you step off the beaten path can be as if you are shifting dimensions. Have you ever taken a wrong turn and later found out the way you intended to go had a major accident? Or you zoned out on your commute and suddenly arrived 40 minutes early without it being feasible? Time and space are interconnected, and when we are in certain altered states of awareness, they can be manipulated to your advantage. Number 7, there are many religions that utilize fasting and ceremony to induce altered states of awareness. Traditional practices of ritual and refraining from eating can create a memory pattern for our consciousness. This helps us return to the same states on cue. And they can also help you connect to those beings and those guides and those beings of worship in those religious settings. Meditation. Well, that one we've already covered in previous episodes, but meditation, whether visual, mindful, journey, whatever, breathing, breath work, etc., all of them create different shifts and states of awareness, which can be utilized to focus on different tasks, focus on different goals, help you accelerate different areas of your life. Number 9, storytelling. We see so much of this in today's day and age. We all watch TV. We watch these stories unfold on these HD TV screens. It used to be plasma, it used to be LCD, it used to be Technicolor, right? But we watch these stories, these people living their lives on different planets and different dimensions and different realities, these different experiences. Now, that alters our state of awareness because sometimes we go to bed dreaming about those things. Sometimes we even associate ourselves with those characters on screen. Oh, that's me. That's me. That character is me. Man, I fell in love with that character, didn't I? Those types of things. Movies and TV shows. And for all of those out there who've read books, I hope all of you, books And the oldest form of this type of altered state of awareness, storytelling. Storytelling, in all of its many forms, literally gives you a different experience than the one you are having. It takes you out of this world and puts you in another one. It's one of the most powerful forms of altered state of awareness. We'll be talking more about storytelling in the coming months. And number 10. Now, this is the topic I'm sure all of you have been dying for me to touch on, which is herb-assisted or induced states of awareness. There are so many herbal medicines: cacao, ayahuasca, mugwort, tobacco, cannabis, salvia divinorum, thousands more. Plant medicine has been used since the dawn of time. However, I do not endorse the use of these sacred plants for self-medication. If you cannot navigate the terrain of your own mind and world without a substance, the substance will only create more illusions and dissonance. Though powerful tools, they need to be honored and respected as spirits, living essence of the interdimensional experiences and wisdom of all that is. And I'm not just saying not to use plant medicine as some kind of legal disclaimer. I'm saying it also because we have come to a state in our society where these plants are inhibiting our potential and our growth as evolving beings, as an evolving race. There are so many people who experience their medicine and become dependent on the elevated states that they create. And this has become an unspoken of pandemic. That saddens my heart because we have so many other methods to induce these incredibly enlightening states of being without the use of drugs or alcohol or plants that become crutches. Now, there are responsible ways of using these, and should you be at a place in your spiritual development where you are ready to take on the responsibility of working with these spirits, please seek out counsel of someone who is experienced in the medicine work. Do not go in alone. I beg you to not go in alone. And so those are 10 different ways that you can create altered states of awareness. And if I missed any, if you guys are like, oh man, you've totally missed this one, Rainbow, well, hit me up. Maybe I'll talk about it next week or the following week. However, I do want you guys to know that I have an incredible guest this month. At the end of this month, I will be joined by Stephen Halpern. He is a very famous musician who has been creating transcendental meditation music since the 70s. And he has released an album called Cannabis Dreams. And you guys have been listening to a snippet of his music at the beginning, the intro of every single episode this season. So I implore you all to join me for the rest of this month's episodes as we dive deeper each week into some examples of how you can experience these altered states of awareness. We might do a journey, or maybe you guys really want me to go more in depth about different breathing practices. I want you, the listeners, to tell me this month what of the 10 practices, the 10 methods of altered states of awareness, what do you want me to cover next week and the following week? I can do an example. I can do a full sound healing. I can do, a didgeridoo session or drumming or flute, whatever you guys want, chanting, etc. I want to know. I want you guys to take a moment today or tomorrow or whatever. Email me, text me, message me. You guys, please write a review, but don't put that in the review, all right? Just send it out. Let me know what you guys want me to facilitate for you this month. I want to help you guys reach those higher states of awareness. I want you guys to really start to feel this work taking place and to understand how you can cultivate it for yourself. So reach out. Don't be afraid to hit me up and let me know what you guys want to hear this month. And if I don't hear back from you guys, I'm just going to go straight into giving you guys a journey next week. And so I hope you guys stay tuned for the rest of the month. I am so grateful to all of you who have been listening every single week, doing the inner work, doing the hard shadow work, diving deep into your subconscious, into your ancestral healing. Oh my goodness, you guys are rock stars or ascending masters, whatever. you guys are, the stars of Rainbows Rising. You guys are my rainbows. You guys are the rainbows that are rising. Look at all you guys, my little spectrum of listeners. Thank you guys so much for all of your love, all of your support, and for joining me on this journey to share these practices that have been so important for me to evolve and to develop and to create my dream life. I hope you guys are creating yours. I hope you guys have an incredible week. Thank you again. Are you ready to ascend to the next level? This is Rainbow Raaja, your spirit guide calling. Please be sure to keep all arms and legs inside your vessel at all times. I'm just here to remind you to take some time today. Support Rainbow's Rising podcast. Go. Join the Discord community. Check out the Patreon. Get some stickers, custom tarot cards. Check out the merch. The merch. You know you want to. Go connect with Rainbow Raaja. Maybe even get a session. Who knows? Your support helps make this show possible. And she loves to support you. Help support her too. Once again, this is Rainbow Raaja, your spirit guide, guiding you to your ascension.